This isn't crazy, but I'm sure you'll cry anyway. The next one's gonna make people a little bit mad. But you gotta remember, this is my list, and it's what I want. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in with Capcom, and they've already told me, bro. So suck my fucking fat cock. How about that? My uncle works for Capcom, bro. Okay, so my season 3 wish list for Ken. To start us off, I've spoke about this before. Where like if you hit a heavy Jinrai from quite far, EX Dragon Lash whips. This typically happens if like you do like a whiff punish with like standing heavy punch, and then you go into heavy Jinrai. So you want to obviously end that with EX Dragon Lash, because if you get it, you know what I mean. It's really good damage, and even without the level 2, it's nice damage. So you just get the DP. It's got to be 30% because you got to remember there's going to be a button before that as well. So it's going to be like 30 to like 45, maybe even 50%. I hate the fact that it whiffs sometimes, and I really hope that they fix it, because like sometimes it'll even just play like Omega max range, like stand heavy punch, and you don't even know that you've like punish countered it. So obviously in the corner it's gonna hit 99% of the time, but know what I mean? We want this to... I want this mid-screen. I don't think that's too greedy to ask. Now, this next one might be a little bit greedy, actually, because... But I think it's fair. You know what? I actually think this is hella fair. No one's ever really talked about this. So, let's say I've got Aki and Burnout. Let's put it in Burnout. I want this to be... because it's -9. I want it to be -6, which is fair because you can still medium punish it, you know what I mean? You can still do a reasonably good punish. Like, how often do you see this? You know what I mean? Never. You know, we go see like this. But if it is -6, then that means you can make it 0 on block, well spaced. And because, obviously, it's a fast startup, it's going to be hard for them to react to it. So that's why I think it'll be really strong and really good for Ken. To be able to make this 0 on block. 0 on block if it's well spaced. And like, I think that's fair. Thoughts? What's your guys' thoughts on this being -6? Like, it's super hard to space it perfectly. So, like, it's going to be difficult. Because, like, obviously, we take it out to Burnout. So, it's -9. Omega spaced out, and you can get -7. Yeah, -7. Like, there would actually be, like, nothing crazy bad about this. Like, people would probably see this and be like, oh, bro, that's trash. Who cares? But, like, I think... It could make it good, especially if they were like crouched as well. I'm assuming if they're crouched, you can make it. Yeah, you can get it -6 if they're crouched, a -5. So you can even make it +1 or 2 if they're crouched. You know what I mean? Like, the variables are tough enough to make it plus, to make it worth it, in my opinion. And you gotta remember, you gotta spend 2 bars on this. So, like, I think that's a good one. That would be broken with 9-frame startup. You see, I don't think it would, because for it to be Omega spaced, it's hard. You know what I mean? Imagine trying to do this mid-screen. You know what I mean? It'd be hard to space it, and obviously, if you whip it, that's a big whiff, and it's not easy to space. I think the risk-reward warrants it to be a decent buff. And on that thought of bad OD moves, I would like... I would like Air Tattoo to be +1 on block. Because I think this move just doesn't get used. I would like it to be +1 on block. And if it hits Omega low, to be like +3. Getting this to happen is also super uncommon. Like, you know what I mean? You can make it 0 if you're lucky. But, like, the majority of the times, it's going to whiff or be minus. If you're aiming for it to be 0, because you got to do the cross-up. So, I think if they're holding the corner and you do this, you should be, if it's +1, won't you spam in? Not necessarily, because it can still whiff. I'm just saying, like, for the risk of using it. Like, you know what I mean? For the risk of using it. And it's 2 bars. Because it has had nerfs. Like, when it first came out, you did a jumpy X tattoo and you went all the way over here. It was actually crazy. It's sick. You okay with it being plus if it whiffs on crouch? You know what? I think that's fair. I actually think that's fair. Because it's very rare someone's going to crouch if you're jumping, because obviously they would get domed. So I think that's actually fair. So, like, for example, the times where I can make this 0. Look at this. I've done 4 jumps. I've added 0. I did, what, 5, 6 jumps there? I made it 0 once. It's stupid hard. It is stupid hard to get a 0. So, like, it's barely ever going to happen, especially against, like, bigger bodies. Because you're typically going to hit them at the top and you're going to be about, like, -1 million. The next one's going to make people a little bit mad. But you got to remember, this is my list. And it's what I want, you know what I'm saying? Okay, this next one is a bit of a madness. But I want it. You let me cook a +1. So the next one I want is... I've seen a lot of people saying they want this to be -7. So the low extender to be -7. I will shake your guys' hand right now if we make this a true string. If this is a true string every time, I will accept -7 on the low extender. Because you guys can't DI it anyway. Everyone says, oh, it's not DIable. It's not DIable, bro. So why not just completely make it a true string and just accept the -7? So that's what I want. Well, I don't give a fuck about your guys' deals, because I'm in with Capcom and they've already told me, bro. So suck my fucking fat cock. How about that? We're getting this as a true string. My uncle works for Capcom, bro. Wasn't that a move counter-attack possibilities? No, because this is -7. This would be -7. And there is a massive gap between this. If it made a true string, you get OS. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm happy with this being a true string. And then spacing counts then. You know what I mean? Spacing actually counts. Like, I'm -7, but I'm over here. That's fine. I know. Like, I'm a bit of a generous god. But, obviously, guys, you guys want it -7. Why? Oh my god, because I can't DI it. Well, let's just make a true string. Let's just cut the middleman out and make it a true string. The next one I want is, this isn't crazy, but I'm sure you'll cry anyway. I want crouching medium punch to be +1. And the only difference is I can get crouching medium punch into standing light punch, standing light kick, counter hit confirm. I don't get, like, look at the pushback. I'll get this. So block count 1. That's all I get. That's all we get. We don't want much. We don't want much. Everyone has plus buttons. Fucking Geek with his +10 million headbutt. I just want a +1 button, bro. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you guys? I want a plus one button where I can do this. Oh my god, 15%. If you get countered. If standard medium kick's fine. I'm happy with it. I think +1 there. Just to get this. Like, we would have to commit off this. You know what I mean? I guess we could probably nah, we're not talking about that. Anyway, we're not talking about this. Because that would be rather sucky, wouldn't it? But it would just be nice to be able to do this. You know what I mean? Without having to do specific setups to make it plus. You know what I mean? Why do I have to do setups to make my buttons plus? When everyone else has Omega Plus buttons just existing. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I want something for my little delicate Ken, everyone starts crying. I'm just trying to be a good dad to Ken, in all honesty. I'm just trying to be a good dad. The next one, well, this is the last one actually. I want, this is not for Ken. This is not for Ken. This is a universal. I don't want Driver Chauffeur. I did think about that though when I was writing my notes. When I was writing all my notes, bro, I was like, Driver Chauffeur sounds good. But yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that. That would be busted. That would actually be busted. Bro, the thing is, Ken had 2 overheads in Street Fighter 5. I know he's technically got 2 overheads now. He's got the Jinrai overhead and this overhead. But, like, if he had Drive Rush overhead, bro, oh my fucking god. The way, like, Ryu and Akuma, it would be undisputed top 1. Like, without, like, take away everything I just said about all the other buffs. If they gave him Drive Rush overhead, he would be top 1. And that's just that. But yeah, my next universal buff, this I want this for everyone, besides Aki. Besides a couple of the characters, is just cross-ups to be a little bit better. I feel like cross-ups whiff way too much for certain characters. Like, for example, I've played Geef. And Geef's fucking splash cross-up, I don't know fucking how, but that whiffs sometimes, bro. Like, you'd imagine, like, yeah, that's what I mean. He's taking up half the fucking screen. And he fucking whips. Like, I feel like universal cross-ups being better would be better. If not, if you're not giving me that, make them all shit then. I'm sick of Aki getting away with this, bro. I'm sick. Who else has got really good cross-up? Jury's, yeah, Jury, yeah. Jury's jump heavy punch. Jury's jump heavy punch is a madness. Okay, so that is all the buffs I want for Ken. I want you guys now to tell me your character and one buff that you want. One realistic buff that could happen. And if you watch it on YouTube, you type that below, mate.